Today we're trying to find out whether or not a gimbal is a worthwhile investment for a travel vlog. I do a lot of traveling and I obviously want to capture the best, silkiest, smooth shots that I can get. But am I willing to, one, spend the money on a gimbal, and two, is it worth carrying around? Up until now, I've been using this really great monopod that I found on Amazon for a really great price. The problem is, even when I take it with me on my trips, it's not always practical for me to have with me day to day when I'm out and about, right? I have to really plan and think of a time. All right, I'm gonna take the monopod out, set up my shots, because I like to be like a run and gun kind of guy, like run, shoot, oh cool, yeah, that's great, great shot, move on, and try to be in and out, get my shots quick before drawing too much attention to myself, which is important depending on where you're traveling. So what are my options? One, I can get a gorilla pod. I can use this to like mount it and kind of do these crazy things to mount it onto something while I'm out on the go, then take it off and move pretty inconspicuously. This is gonna help me when I'm vlogging and pointing the camera back at myself. Like, hey guys, we're at the place, we're doing the thing, and it's awesome. Where it's not gonna help me is in getting those silky smooth shots, which is what we ultimately want. So, although this is part of the solution, it's not the whole thing. Enter my good friend Tristan Burgess, who was kind enough to lend me his Moza Air gimbal to try out to see if it's worth taking on one of my travel adventures. So let's check it out. There we go. All right, so I finally got the camera mounted on the gimbal. So now it's time to take it out into the real world and get some of those silky smooth shots we want. The biggest problem I'm gonna have using the Moza Air as a legitimate travel accessory is one, it takes a long time to set up. Two, it's dependent on batteries and I don't often have consistent access to power. And three, it's just a bit of a pain in the ass. This is great for like beauty shots. This is great for those like sexy sweeping shots. But like day-to-day travel vlogging, it's probably not gonna work for me as much as I'm probably gonna love the shots that I'm getting from this. So this thing is pretty awesome, except it's heavy AF, and like the shots we're getting are silky, buttery, smooth, which I love, but I just don't know how I'm gonna be able to travel with this on a regular basis. And I'll admit, I could have used this probably on my trip to Africa, but what would have happened within a day when my battery dies and I have no access to power for another 8 hours? I'm back to getting those bumpy, shaky shots that you were used to. So the next test of this gimbal is going to be whether my wife can use it. I'm often traveling with her and she's often the one pointing the camera at me, like she is right now. Great, so this is your first time using this device. Move around, see how you like it. You can move it faster than that. Really give it a go. Whoa.
Whoa.
And there we go. So, what do you think?
We're in LA right now. We're like setting these kind of things up to like set up a shot is kind of normal.
Yeah.
Whereas like if we were in Kenya, we might be like stopped by the police and questioned as to what this device is. Why are we setting it up in the middle of the
Why
street?
are we entering the country with it?
That's right. I will say though that it is making the camera pretty steady, except it's a B to hold.
like setting this camera up is not going to be an option all the time. Sometimes we're under very quick time constraints. And like I said before, like I like to move quickly. Like I'm all constantly switching lenses, switching shots. So it's just like, this is just not going to be an option for you if you're an avid travel person. I mean, depending on your style of shooting, maybe you can find a way to make it work. Maybe you take one day for your gimbal shots and just, you know, do all your gimbal stuff in one day while you're moving, fast motion, whatever it is that you're doing. Well, there is a way that you might be able to incorporate it into your kit, but it's not gonna work for us. That's just the facts. Really cool piece of gear, just not gonna work for what we need it for. If you wanna learn more about the Moza Air gimbal, check out my buddy Tristan Barricks's video in the description below, as well as links to the gimbal and some of the other gear that I use. Until next time from sunny California, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. New videos weekly. See you soon.